looking to make a safe, more direct connection to local and regional destinations. I think it's a milestone that we work together. So let's hear it for West Hollywood and the City of LA. I want to introduce just a couple of people to start with, and then we'll move on. We have Councilmember Lindsey Horvath with us, and we have Councilmember Koretz, Paul Koretz, former Councilmember of West Hollywood as well. He's Councilmember of CD5 in Los Angeles. So thank you for being here. Okay. The West Hollywood Bicycle Coalition, local business owners, Councilmember Koretz, and the LA City Neighborhood Council for District Number 5 has been very supportive of bicycle lanes for this segment. Not only have we filled in the bicycle network gap with these lanes, but the portion between Santa Monica Boulevard and Willoughby is the city's first separated bicycle lane. Projects like this separated bike lane are increasing in popularity across the country. Research shows bike lanes that provide a dedicated space for cyclists, separated from motor vehicle travel and parking lanes, attract more riders. Separated lanes are essential to building a full network of bike-friendly routes. The city is currently updating its pedestrian and bicycle mobility plan that will identify opportunities to build a safe, comfortable, quiet, and connected network of bicycle infrastructure that meets the needs of people of all ages and abilities. A bicycle network that, when built, will make riding a bike through WeHo a pleasant and practical way for many more people, not just the bold and athletic, to make direct trips to their destination of choice. Okay. So I just want to say thank you to some people first, and then I will ask my colleague, Councilmember Lindsey Horvath, to come up. We want to thank Sharon Perlstein, our city engineer, Mila Sologub, our assistant civil engineer from the city's engineering department, Don Ueno, senior civil engineer, city engineering department, Bob Chung, senior transportation planner, long range and mobility division, Tiffany Robinson, our senior planner for bike share. I know Bianca Siegel's not here, but we thank Bianca as well. She's from our planning department, our long range and mobility division. We want to thank the consultant team, Jerome Ruddens and Keeler Smith from Michael Baker International. We want to thank our Transportation Commission, and we have several people here. William Dobler, raise your hand. David Warren. Do we have any other Transportation Commissioners? Okay. We have our West Hollywood Bicycle Coalition. Kevin Burton is here. Woo! And I see Victor Omachenko has arrived by bicycle.
Ben Creed and Karen O'Keefe, Bicycle Coalition.
Very good. Okay, we've got people here to ride with us today and protect us. Okay. We also want to thank some West Hollywood businesses that have supported the project. We have Hollywood Electrics, our event host. We have Whole Foods, Cafe, Coffee, Filth Mart, and Sandfair Cleaners. Okay, and now I'd like to introduce my colleague, Councilmember Lindsey Horvath.
This is so exciting. I cannot wait to use this bike lane. Prior to serving on the City Council, as you all know, I had the pleasure of serving with some of our transportation commissioners to talk about creating this bike lane. And so to see it finally happen, I know sometimes in government we feel like things take an eternity. And sometimes they do take an eternity, and we try not to make it feel that way, but the truth is, once it finally happens, we couldn't be more excited. And you are here to make sure that we all know about this new bike lane and how it connects not just for our city, but to the city of Los Angeles, and how it's really helping to build upon the bike infrastructure that we know is so needed and so critical to making sure bike riding is a safe experience. I know we have our sheriffs here, so they're going to help keep us safe, but it's probably best if we take some of our own precautions and make sure that we're making biking as safe as we possibly can. So on February 18th, you probably recall, especially those of you from the Bike Coalition who are always with us, and thank you for your advocacy, the West Hollywood Transportation Commission unanimously recommended to the City Council to make installation of bike lanes on Fountain Avenue a priority implementation project. This was in follow-up to the City of Los Angeles' recent installation of new bicycle lanes on Fairfax between Hollywood and Fountain Avenue. So we wanted to prioritize Fairfax to make sure that we're making those critical connections. And speaking of critical connections, I also want to give a shout out to Metro, because I know that when we're talking about where Metro lines are going to go, not where they're currently coming and where they're hopefully going to come in the future, fingers crossed, we're working on that. Making sure that that first last mile trip is covered is a very important part of making those critical connections, and this will help make sure that those who are using Metro feel that they can get around without having to use a car in that first last mile. Part of the idea of bringing Metro and bringing bikes to a community is so people feel comfortable being outside of their cars, and this is a great way to make sure that they never have to get back in. Our engineering division worked with the City of Los Angeles Department of Transportation, as our mayor mentioned, to coordinate continuation of the bicycle lane south of Blvd Avenue to Melrose and coordinated the construction so the segment of the bicycle lane on Fairfax was implemented simultaneous to the installation of the bicycle lane in West Hollywood. You know, sometimes these things that seem very logical and very small require a great deal of coordinated effort, and as you heard, so many people have been a part of that process. I also want to give a shout out to Danny Roman from Bikes and Hikes, who is a critical partner in biking conversations in our community. There are so many people who make these conversations possible, so many members of our staff and different teams and departments that come together to make these things happen, and so it's really exciting that we're all here today. I also want to give a shout out to Bike Share that's coming to West Hollywood. We're very excited about WeHo Pedals Bike Share program that's coming, and the opportunities it's going to bring for our residents and our visitors. Our Bike Share program will provide relatively affordable access to bike riding without the need to own your own bike. That's very important. Having this program in place increases rider safety as a greater presence of bikes forces motorists to drive more carefully, and the program will also help towards improving our cycling image in West Hollywood. We care about our image, let's be honest, we do. As a bicycle-friendly community, and so the more we see people out, the more people are going to feel safer riding their bikes, and the more that we will be able to shift culture as a result. And that's really what we want, is to make sure that people are thinking about not getting in their car first. I went kind of extreme on that. I don't own a car anymore, but you know, you don't have to do that. Just have a bike, and even if you don't have a bike, the city's helping to make sure that you have access to one to be able to be part of this experience. I also want to give a shout out to Josh Kerpies, who's here representing our Assembly Member Richard Bloom. We know that this is an effort that takes all levels of support, and speaking of which, I now want to welcome our council member from Los Angeles, Paul Koretz.
Well, I sort of feel like I represent both sides of this. Some of you know I was on the city council for 13 years in West Hollywood, and I actually pushed and cast the deciding vote to put in what was one of our earliest bike lanes on Santa Monica Boulevard. That was a 3-2 vote, so it was kind of a close call, but at least that gave us a good first start. This is a great opportunity for collaboration between the City of West Hollywood and the City of Los Angeles. And I don't really have to decide which side I'm on, because I'm on both sides.
You're always
the West Hollywood project, with our little addition, connects to a piece that we intend to do further, working with Mid-City West and others. We got a substantial grant for a considerable additional bike lane infrastructure. This will help connect it all, and it's very exciting stuff. So I thank all of you who are involved, certainly my almost former colleagues, although I left before they got here, Lauren Meister and Lindsey Horvath. Let's give them another big hand. And I also want to thank my transportation guru, Jake Greenstein, who worked with me back when I was in West Hollywood, but works with me on every transportation project and has helped on this one. So, unlike my almost former colleagues, I'm not really dressed for cycling today. I did bring my bicycle. Things didn't work out exactly as I had planned. Although if West Hollywood wants to share a bike with me for a block or two, maybe I'll do this in a suit anyway, just to be part of this exciting day. Thank you all for being here and for making this happen.
Hey, what about the
Okay, I'd like to introduce Kevin Burton with the West Hollywood Bicycle Coalition, who is going to give us some safety tips, and then we're going to do the ribbon cutting, and then we're going to get on some bikes.
Thank you. You okay? Yeah!
Break through.